Good morning from the Magic Kingdom. I am here for one thing and one thing alone. To see Hall of Presidents. As you can see, I got my Mickey for President shirt on. It's soft open yesterday, and from what I heard, it's open again today. Not sure though, because the app doesn't say that it's open. Let's go find out. We'll do other things today while we're here too, but Hall of Presidents was the main reason that I came today. Another thing that should be noted about today is that it's very hot. It is very hot. It's in the mid 80s, just so you guys know. Christmas sort of happens around here. There's decorations, but it stays hot all year long. I mean, to be fair, we did have 2 or 3 cold days, maybe like a couple weeks ago or a week or so ago. It's back hot again, and it'll stay hot all the way through Christmas, through the New Year. As we're walking in, Holiday Friendship Fair is happening up there on the castle stage. Heading towards Adventureland, this wall has been up for a little while now. Since the hurricane, there was some damage where a tree fell back on that building behind the wall. But there's been a lot of rumors circulating around about maybe a new meet and greet or something else happening here. You can kind of see a lot of construction going on back there, and they've got a scrim out around the outside of it. But basically right here is where the tree fell. But it kind of looks like they're doing more than just fixing some damage from a hurricane. Well, here we go. We're heading into the Hall of Presidents. Well, it looks like it's already pretty popular here. And I thought it was actually kind of interesting. There is a lot of security in here. A lot of also plainclothes security. I wish I could show you some of them, but there's like 3 of them standing in the back of the hall right now. We're heading in. Here we are, going in to a row to find a seat.
And now, the Walt Disney World Resort proudly presents the Hall of Presidents.
This program is dedicated to the memory of Walt Disney. In 1971, his love for America inspired the creation of the Hall of Presidents, a place to celebrate the optimism and goodwill he saw at the heart of the American story. Walt's vision was to honor the nation by honoring the American presidency.
A new nation has been born. The founders must form a national government. In 1787, through months of passionate debate, they create a written constitution. For the country's highest office, they imagine something new in the history of the world. A leader not separate from the people, but elected by the people, from among the people. We, the people. Washington knows that many generals who have led successful revolutions make themselves dictators or kings. Instead, he steps down from power and retires to his home. The world takes note, and George Washington becomes the symbol of American ideals. Everything he does as president will set a model for his successors. After 2 terms, with no term limit in the Constitution and amid overwhelming support to stay in office, he steps down once again and hands power back to the people. We elect 15 presidents before the course of history brings us to the edge of a crisis like no other. A nation born of freedom still permits slavery. The issue rocks the election of 1860 and brings Abraham Lincoln onto the national stage. A house divided against itself cannot stand, he has said. Civil War. 11 states secede from the Union. The war becomes a defining passage in the American story.
77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
As we roll toward the 20th century, settlers roll west on wagon wheels and railroads connect the nation coast to coast. Millions of immigrants pour in from Europe and Asia. Population doubles. Our economy triples. Our standing among nations rises. The gap widens between rich and poor. The demand for change grows stronger. Teddy Roosevelt is a knight on a crusade, but his greatest accomplishments are made at home. He breaks up giant monopolies, protects workers' rights, and calls for a square deal for all Americans.
The bottom fell out of the market. 12 million unemployed.
When we elect our 32nd president, it is the worst of times. Franklin D. Roosevelt, paralyzed by polio, knows how to restore the faith of a people paralyzed by the Great Depression. He speaks to us like a friend, a neighbor. His optimism is contagious, his voice perfect for the latest breakthrough medium, radio. The world changes, the country changes, and yet, in one sense, what we need most from our presidents has never changed. A guiding vision that calls forth the best that America can be.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
But really, it's all of us who must overcome the crippling legacy of bigotry and injustice. And we shall overcome.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
I can hear you. The rest of the world hears you.
Loving this country requires the willingness to speak out for what is right, to shake up the status quo. That's America.
Our presidency is no longer just an idea. It is an idea with a proud history. Ladies and gentlemen, the presidents of the United States of America. Now we come to the present. Once again, we place our trust in the idea of a president, as we have from the beginning.
No event could have filled me with greater anxieties that you had selected me to lead our nation. But it was with the confidence of my fellow citizens that I took an oath. 35 simple words that have been repeated by every American president throughout history.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. From the beginning, America has been a nation defined by its people. At our founding, it was the American people who rose up to defend our freedoms and win our independence. It is why our founders began our great Constitution with 3 very simple words: we the people. Since that moment, each generation of Americans has taken its place in the defense of our freedom, our flag, and our nation under God. These are the achievements of the American spirit, the spirit of a people who fought and died to bring the blessings of liberty to all our people. Above all, to be American is to be an optimist, to believe that we can always do better, and that the best days of our great nation are still ahead of us. It's a privilege to serve as the President of the United States, to stand here among so many great leaders of our past, and to work on behalf of the American people.
The presidency of the United States is a role unique in the world, an office entrusted to each president by us, we the people. A new idea our presidents have turned into a great American idea again and again.
After seeing Hall of Presidents, we get to see the Muppets tell American history.
The year is 1776.
1776.
Why are you doing that?
Well, I'm the town crier.
Well, cheer up and allow me to continue. Ben Franklin here. A penny saved is a penny earned. Delegates are discussing the question of America's independence from England. And there is much debate.
Debate.
Point of view. Opinion.
Says you.
Argument.
Does anyone have any arguments in favor of independence?
I do. Our continued association with England has grown intolerable. King George has altered our government, enforced cruel repression, and abolished our rights.
No King George! No King George! Did someone call water?
Piggy, what are you doing here? I told you there's no part for you in this show.
Of course there is! All hail King George!
Piggy, women aren't kings, they're queens.
Fine! All hail Queen Georgette! Oh, grief.
All those in favor of declaring our independence from England and Queen Georgette, say aye.
Aye! The ayes have it. Let's declare our independence.
Yay! What? I lose?
Well, sure, Piggy. You see, in the American Revolution, England loses, which means the king, or the queen, loses.
Excuse me? It is I, Georgette Washington, and I cannot tell a lie. I look fabulous! Can we please move on?
Sure, Sam. Now we need someone to write the declaration.
We need someone with the brains.
Someone with a pen.
Okay, I, Thomas Jefferson, will write the declaration, but I'm going to need everyone's help.
Let's start with a list of demands, shall we? I demand a new cell phone, a big dress. I want a case of rubber chicken.
When Jefferson wrote the declaration, it was more than a list of demands.
What?
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was about things we all believe in, things that inspired the birth of a new nation.
Gee, Kermit, what do you mean?
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Why are you crying? I thought that was pretty good.
It wasn't good. It was glorious.
Hey, Sam, I guess now you're the town crier.
Just ring the bell.
Let freedom ring! Great moments of history, but just the American parts. And to England, no hard feelings. You're still one of our best friends.
We did it!
So while trying to stay as politically neutral as possible, the show was good. Hall of Presidents is a good show. It was very nice to see a reflection upon all of our past presidents. I don't think that the Donald Trump animatronic looks good. I mean, granted, not all of the animatronics look very good. Like, the Barack Obama, I don't think looked like Barack Obama. I did think it was kind of interesting that I've never seen Donald Trump speak in one continuous sentence like that, where he didn't have these pauses, sort of like I do when I talk, where I'm like, and then this, and that. That's sort of how Donald Trump speaks, and that's also how I speak. It's not how he spoke in Hall of Presidents. All in all, still an impressive show, still a very irreverent show. That'll probably be the last time that I go and see it. Fun thing that just happened, came across a random dining reservation for lunch at Be Our Guest. So in about an hour, we're gonna go have lunch at Be Our Guest. And of course, you guys know that I like to do Fast Passes day of and as close as possible to the time that I'm at. So I got a Fast Pass for Winnie the Pooh right now. Let's go ride Winnie the Pooh. Just passing by Seven Doors Mine Train, 110-minute wait. Here we are in the Fast Pass line to go on Winnie the Pooh. We're almost there.
The east wind traded places with the west wind.
You'll never reach that tree.
Come out with me. That's why I did right. Together to say
happy birthday. You know what else I got a Fast Pass for before our lunch reservation? Haunted Mansion. Let's go over to Haunted Mansion. That's right, Haunted Mansion. I just had one of those very Walt Disney World problems. I stepped in some ice cream that somebody dropped. Now I've got ice cream on my shoes. Got about 5 minutes before my Fast Pass, but I stopped into Memento Mori, the Haunted Mansion gift shop, and I found this snow globe, which I kind of like a lot. It's like a bats. Check out this stocking with the Hatbox Ghost. It's $28. It's nice. I feel like he shouldn't be here though. We should have the Hitchhiking Ghost on some stockings here. Let's go visit some ghosts in the Haunted Mansion.
And no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out.
I don't know if you guys can see the ottoman right there. That's the break point in the train.
Call in the spirits wherever they're at.
There's a hitchhiking ghost sitting next to me. Oh no, he took my head off. Oh no, it's floating head now. They put this ottoman out whenever a doom buggy is not working correctly. I'm gonna get my picture taken here in front of the Haunted Mansion. So we still have a little bit of time before our lunch reservations. Made another fast pass for Ariel. Under the Sea, Voyage of the Little Mermaid. It's kind of funny because I'm doing like Winnie the Pooh, Haunted Mansion, Under the Sea, and then we go to lunch at Be Our Guest. So we're doing good. This will be 3 rides in an hour. This one's gonna be cutting it awfully close. We got about 20 minutes until my reservation at Be Our Guest.
Ah, what a voice. What a beautiful voice.
I think I'm going underneath the sea. Whoa, what if I can't swim? Okay, I think we're okay. I'm still breathing just fine. There must be some sort of magic happening here. Called feet. So here's what I don't get. Ariel says, flipping around you won't get too far. Legs are needed for jumping, dancing. These fish are 100% dancing right now without any feet or legs. Look, that turtle, wait, he has feet and legs. Ah.
It's all through the waves they rule. Oh, unfortunate souls in pain. And do I help you? Yes, indeed.
So here's my question for you. Ariel was a mermaid. Ariel could breathe underwater, correct? When she has feet, can she breathe underwater? Or did she lose that ability when she grew legs? This is kind of neat. You can see the projector projecting that one image on this.
That's the story of our little mermaid.
There it was, perfect timing. Got out right at 1:37. Heading over to Be Our Guest for a reservation at 1:40. We're just waiting to get in. We're all checked in. So here's the lunch menu. I'm gonna get the carved turkey sandwich, I think. And then here's the souvenir cups. Even though we got reservations, we still have to wait in this line on the inside. Just a little tidbit that was totally unique to me is that this is the smallest table that I could get for me by myself. And in the other room over there, I actually went in there first and the tables were bigger. I would have had to sit at a giant table by myself. They told me I could, but I figured I would take up the smallest table I could. It's right next to the silverware though. So here's what I got. I got a turkey sandwich on a baguette with some green beans. I don't know why they put peppers in the green beans, but there are peppers in the green beans. Looks pretty good. I feel like the green beans look kind of greasy unless they're just watery. Well, I'll give it a try and let you guys know how it is. It's a very small sandwich though. Like, very small. Oh, I just realized they're all decorated for the holidays here in Beast Castle. I got some wreaths and the Christmas. Oh look, it's snowing. Christmas is starting now. Stare into the face of a $16 turkey sandwich. All right. I wanted to show you guys the little carts that the food comes out in. So what you do is you order up front, and then you get your drinks and silverware. You come and sit down, and the table has a Magic Band reader on it. And the Magic Band tells everybody where you're at, and then they bring you your food. You can see this lady right here has some food inside of her cart that she's delivering to a table right now. And you can see she has a little iPhone in the back that she's trying to figure out what table the person is sitting at. Just finishing up here at Be Our Guest, and normally they have maybe the bees come out for a meet and greet. I didn't get to see that because I finished my lunch too quickly, but they do have a Lumiere meet and greet. Hey Lumiere, how you doing? Oh, maybe he's shy. When I showed the big line on the way in, this is where we were. I guess it just goes without saying that you want to make your lunch reservations a little bit later than you normally would. Maybe about like 2:30. So that was probably the third or fourth time that I've eaten at Be Our Guest. I don't know if I can recommend it. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, we gotta get into Be Our Guest because the reservations are so hard to get. I don't know that they deserve to be that hard to get. Like, that was definitely not a $16 turkey sandwich. It was delicious, it was good, but I think you can get a better deal somewhere else. You can do Be Our Guest. Like, we don't do it very often. Oh, and the green beans were extremely greasy. Very buttery. Delicious, but very buttery. Not at all healthy. Basically the same thing as getting french fries. So there you have it. That was our trip to Magic Kingdom to see Hall of Presidents. I was actually kind of amazed how much we were able to ride within the hour before, like within the hour between the time that we made the reservation and the time that our reservation was. A lot of things. 3 rides. So with that being said, we are off. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.